Are you looking to spice things up in the bedroom? Have you been fantasizing about surprising your lover with an adventurous new toy or even an adult movie? Well, here's the offer for you that you won't be able to refuse. Go to adamandeve.com for a limited time only. You'll get 50% off just about any one item. You'll also receive 3 free adult DVDs for a little inspiration, plus a free extra gift so sensual we can't mention on the radio. And to top it all off, they'll even throw in free shipping on your entire order. So check out adamandeve.com today for this special offer. Type in Just Us Girls using the code USGIRLS at adamandeve.com. Again, offer code USGIRLS at adamandeve.com. See you there.
You are now listening to Between Us Girls, the podcast, where we discuss life's fuckeries and then some over wine.
Hey, welcome to our show. This is Michelle.
Danielle.
And this is
Between Us Girls.
And tonight we do have a guest. We have Smitty Spread Love with us. And as soon as we get done talking about what we're sipping on and our positivity, we're going to let him talk. Danielle, get the floor.
Okay, my bad. I was on my page on our Instagram.
Trying to share something?
I don't know what I was trying to do.
Just as long as you gave effort. You know what I'm saying? I think you can bring people on. Like, I would have to go through and allow y'all to. Or, Danielle, you can log in and let it.
Mm-hmm. So
The beauty of logging in on separate
I know, right? So this week's positivity is compliment yourself daily so when it comes from someone else, it won't sound foreign. And the reason why I put that out, it was because of something that I read in our book this month, Hoe Tactics by G.L. Lambert. Hoe Tactics. But, so he was basically talking about how this book is not for simple-minded, insecure bitches.
Oh.
And like you really have to build yourself up to get to the level to where you can actually read and accept this book, because a lot of the stuff that he's talking about is about having confidence in yourself.
Yeah.
And people that don't have confidence in themselves, they're going to fall flat, trying to take on some of the rules or whatever that he's, trying to get you.
Undertaking.
Like you gonna fail. Like you'll be designed to fail. And one of the things that he was talking about is, how you got to build your own self up.
Mm-hmm.
And just like looking in the mirror and saying, you know what, I am a bad bitch. Mm-hmm. Like fuck what anybody else say or whatever. Like I'm pretty. I like this arm roll right here.
Okay.
Or whatever
it's
it is.
Mine.
Yeah. Exactly. So it's like whatever it is that you need to tell yourself, compliment yourself, and find the things that other people may say that you might necessarily believe. Like start to really look and say, you know what? Oh, I see what they see. I do have beautiful eyes. Mm-hmm. Or, I do have a really nice smile. Or whatever like that. Like, you need to tell yourself that over and over. So when it comes to someone else telling you, if somebody else tells you that and you're at that basic level, then you're going to fall for this nigga.
Yeah.
And he got to tell you whatever it is he need to tell you in order to get in your pants. And then, bam, he out the door. You know, so it's basically a way to build up your defenses. Okay. Hoe Tactics.
I like it.
That's creative.
It really is. And what I think about it is, it stands out because people want to look at hoes like, they're bad or no, they're the ones that are getting money because they're separating themselves from all those extra emotions and going after the actual target.
They're focused.
Yeah.
And they know what it is that they want, which is like you're like 90% ahead of the game when you know what it is that you want.
Right.
Because a lot of people, they have no clue, right? So one, you know what it is that you want. Two, you're not afraid to ask for it, demand it, and say, you know what, hey, I'm good enough for this.
Right.
So, like, you're ahead of the game just saying that. And that's kind of what the book, what he's talking about when he says hoes. Like, that's the type of woman that he's talking about. Not a person that, you know, just spreads her legs easily.
Right.
Yeah. And he actually said that if you're thinking that you're going to use this stuff, like, use your body, like, this is not even for you right here. Like, this is a mental game.
Yeah.
Right. I like that. I think for a lot of people, that's the part that they kind of don't. I guess even when they're taking on anything, if they don't already say, I know I can do it.
Right.
Or I know I have the ability to do it. Now let me look at, you know, what it takes. If they don't have just the baseline, then don't even try. So that was a great piece of positivity, Danielle. Thank you.
I know,
so
right?
much.
I was great, right?
You
Yeah.
were amazing.
That was good.
It was. I was like,
Whole
Danielle
tactics.
already got whole tactics. She'd be like, I'm sorry, live with somebody. So what are we sipping on? This looks interesting.
So this is a gift from our guest.
Thank you.
No problem.
It is Liquid Popsicle. Well, it's by Liquid Popsicle, right? That's the name of this company.
I feel like it's called. Is it?
Yeah, I
Does
think
it
it's
have
called.
The name is Liquid Popsicle Sweet Red Run by Popsicle Wine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it is a sweet red, like I said.
Mm-hmm.
It is 13% alcohol. And of course, we don't have a vintage because it's a blend.
Okay.
But we will let you know what we like at the end of the episode, how we like it.
It tastes like a melted purple popsicle.
Yeah, it does. Kind of
Melted
like you
purple
went and got a cool cup and let it sit a
Yeah.
little bit. Mhm. Okay, so why don't you tell us a little bit about you, Mr. Smitty Spread Love?
So I go by Smitty Spread Love. I do just that. I walk around different events, underground events in Houston, and I give people my heart. I give people my heart on stages. And I drive Uber and Lyft during the daytime, and I perform for my riders.
Oh, that's
and I
cool.
give
Do
them
you
my
really?
heart too. So yeah, I'm basically just giving people my heart every day.
That's really cool.
So what do you do art wise, performance wise?
So I'm a rapper, you know, slash. I just call myself an artist. I sing a little bit, but I don't call myself a singer.
You do the auto tune singing.
Yeah, definitely. But it ain't like over auto tune.
Okay,
Like,
T-Pain on that
yeah,
You on some T-Pain?
not like
Not like
all
that.
the time.
Oh, you on some Drake?
On some Drake.
You on some Drake?
I'm on some Drake. But not because like my favorite artist is J. Cole, so it's like
show.
Okay.
yeah.
So you would rather be like on some J. Cole?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, some songs do, you know, have a similar sound and vibe to Drake. But I draw inspiration from all these artists, so it's like it'll come out because I think their music is good. I want to make good music, so
Right.
some stuff is gonna sound.
Yeah, I mean that's the energy you take in, so of course it's going to be similar going out.
Yeah.
So how long have you been doing music?
This is officially like my 4th year.
4th
So
year.
yeah, my appearance has been changing as an artist and everything.
Really?
Yeah, like my hair like this was like an artistic move.
In like
to
the
take it
Travis
out.
Scott.
At least that's how I sold it to my wife. Cause she was like, yeah, I don't like that.
What does she want you to do? Get some waves back?
She want me to get like, she was like, you know, it's cool like if it's like a little bit of hair on top, but she like, man, your hair.
But you're in like that season where you kind of have to grow, like you're almost about to cocoon. So like I'm.
Come on
sorry.
now.
I'm sorry.
I'm not with you. I'm
But,
not
like,
with you. That's how I feel.
Yeah, because like after you get done with that, you're gonna be like, okay, so now I feel like I'm me that I need to be right now. I've grown through whatever it is. I
Exactly.
appreciate that.
I can switch it up.
My mom was like that. My dad actually grew dreadlocks after.
I was thinking about dreads, so that's what she was like. No dreads. So this was like
A compromise.
Yeah.
it's like, well, you can see how this look, and that's probably how the dreads will look. So
So then she was like, absolutely not still.
yeah.
Yeah.
She said it's cool, like when I put it into like a ponytail.
She
and
want to see your
everything.
face, probably.
That's what it is.
You know what, my
I
son.
wanted to cover my face
son
for a
hair is
change.
similar So that his is just like a little bit longer, right? But yeah, he got the sides and the back cut off.
Mm-hmm.
And I like it when he pulled it back in the ponytail because I'm like, I don't have to see all that stuff. But it looks neater than his little cute little man bun.
Yeah, or like
You
I
have
have
man
a
bun?
hat sometimes. Yeah, I do the man bun.
Man bun kind of made like a thing. Remember when it first
Yeah.
came out, everybody was like, what the hell? But then everybody was like, yo, it's kind of fly though.
Mhm.
And everybody started wearing it.
You can like braid it back and put
Yeah,
it
that's what I'm saying.
in
I could take it out, get it braided. Sandra's braids. If y'all don't know about Sandra, fool, she a
Sandra's
fool, man.
braids.
Sandra's braid, she on it.
Shout
She a
out to
fool
Sandra's
with it.
braids.
Shout out to Sandra's braids.
Yeah.
Yeah, she take care of me, the wife. She done braided the kids, had everything.
Oh wow. I need Sandra to take care of it because I got a baby with a
She's
pretty big afro.
Hispanic, but she the best braid I ever seen in my life.
You don't have to be.
Yeah,
You
you
know
don't
what I
have
mean?
to.
You'd
But
be
it's
surprised
just fire.
who knows how to braid.
Yeah,
You know.
she cold though.
Well, shout out to Sandra.
That's the one who do Gerald Green hair.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Oh okay, cool.
yeah.
All right, Sandra.
So like what made you decide 4 years ago that you wanted to pursue
Make music?
Yeah.
So I played basketball in college, which is where I met my wife at. I was working out to go pursue basketball professionally, but I just didn't feel like the risk was worth it because I would be going to a different country and I wouldn't be getting paid that much money because I'm not coming from like a Duke, North Carolina, one of those
yeah.
top schools. So it's like, do I go chase this dream to where like I'm making my family suffer because I was about to have my second kid at the time.
Yeah.
So it's like way different from just having one kid and then just
It's
way
a lot.
different from going just solo.
Right.
Yeah.
So I thought about that and I was like, man, I don't want to like just be chasing basketball and not have a relationship with my kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or just like family in general. Because I had just got married before that. So it's
Oh
like
yeah.
trying to imagine being
Yeah, that would have been a tough time for you guys.
overseas. Yeah, I'm in a whole other country. So it's like, you know.
But was basketball your dream though, or it was just like
It was a dream.
so you
But
was one of the little kids on the basketball court at 7 years old? Joy,
at 5,
that
I was going, like 4, I started playing at 4. But yeah, nah, definitely. I watched all the finals with Michael Jordan and all that when I was younger. I used to wear like Jordans, Iversons, everything. But the thing, how I came into music, I used to make music. You know, after I'm from New Orleans, so after Hurricane Katrina, we moved back home, and everybody was staying in FEMA trailers, and the city was still developing. It wasn't really like too much you could do, but my parents got a laptop, like a free laptop from somebody disaster
Yeah.
relief. It was a Dell, I remember, and I was 14 years old, and we was living in the trailer. Matter of fact, like I put one of the pictures up of
was you on that app? Was it was Fruit Loops or something?
Fruity Loops.
Fruity Loops.
Yeah, I still use Fruity Loops to make beats, but back then I was recording like a weird way. I had a USB microphone. It was from a PlayStation game, and I plugged that into the Dell, and I would
Just make it work.
I would play the instrumental through the headphones, and I would just record myself regular on the little
And
recording
then you
app.
lay it together, right?
Yeah, see, I figured that out at a young age,
Yeah.
but this was me. Like,
Oh
with
my
the,
god!
And I got the microphone hanging over.
Were you in the bathroom in
That's
this
the bathroom door.
It's the bathroom door.
So yeah, I
Is it the
basically
acoustic? Are you in the shower?
the bathroom and the shower was like a
It's
step
what?
away from
Yeah.
each other. It was basically the same thing. It's a trailer,
In the trailer.
but
yeah.
we had a double wide because my paw handicapped.
Oh, y'all was
Yeah.
wide.
Cause the knees.
Okay, all
Cause the
right.
knees-
So
so
y'all-
we got
so,
the
yeah.
big.
So he was like, "Hold on,
Hold on."
Yeah, we had.
It was like a house.
We had the
Okay, it
extra,
was okay.
we had the extra pop out,
Yeah.
but nah, it still was small.
Fuck yeah.
So when I moved back home, I was like 5'4", and then by the time it was time for us to move out the house, I grew to 5'10". So like from the
did
time
that hurt?
it hurt, it hitting my head on the door,
Yeah.
leaving out every time I was going to school and stuff
Because
like
you
that.
couldn't remember?
Yeah, I couldn't remember. I'm like, oh, I forgot I got
I'm tall,
taller.
yeah.
Cause you like grow randomly overnight.
But how many times you got to hit your head? To...
Shit.
Oh, wait a minute. That's why you need your wife, because your wife can tell.
Yeah, but my pops hit his head a couple of times too.
Did he really?
And I laughed in his face. Yeah.
So does your dad still live there? Your mom and dad?
Yeah, they still live in the same house. Yeah.
Oh, do they really?
Yeah. That's
Does your dad drive Uber?
Nah. He retired.
Is he really?
Dude was a teacher. So yeah, he used to teach youth study kids.
Mm-hmm.
So like I guess I wonder if it's different out here.
What
Like the kids basically it's the juvenile detention.
Oh, right.
Because I know y'all have different high schools. That's what kind of threw me off.
Oh, yeah.
Because they have it's called
a big city, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Because
It's like the detention center at each campus each campus has like a funnel they send to the district.
the people that my dad was teaching, like they didn't necessarily have
Alternative school?
freedom at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like they go to class and then they go back to a cell.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Sad, but I guess sometimes you can make a difference in a kid's life.
Yeah, at least you never know what, because they got out, right? They got a chance out.
Yeah, because they're still juveniles, so it's
Yeah.
like you're not
Like a
gonna
boot
be in
camp,
that
like-
past. Yeah.
I'm gonna make it better.
Yeah.
They had pillows.
No, I'm just saying. I'm trying to say what it is.
For real, they're still in that
I mean,
thing,
they're comfortable, right?
but yeah, nah.
Make it better.
No, like
They was in
boot
the-
camp is still bullshit.
Yeah,
It's not
I heard
juvenile,
that.
it's boot camp. They have blankets.
Like I heard people like talking about military school, boarding school, and stuff like that. Is that stuff like?
No.
This is
I don't know,
man,
anyway.
that's crazy. I know I wouldn't want to go to one though.
Mm-mm.
I'm glad
Michelle's
I'm with
maternal.
you.
She's concerned about the babies.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking. Well, not necessarily. I'm kind of looking at, can they get out and make a difference? Can something change? Because if they don't get out, then that's something else. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
So what happens is when they get out, a lot of times, I mean,
yeah,
it's tough.
The
But
life
yeah,
be calling them,
they
yeah.
either dead or they back in jail. So it's like either you see them again, or you see them again not living.
yeah. Like I was talking to a lady today who wants to start this a company, but like we were talking about kind of mentoring young kids, and you almost need to get them like before they go to high school.
Mm-hmm.
Like
that middle school age is really the age.
Probably so, because of technology, you might need to move it up to middle school.
you probably
No, I
need to
think-
move it to almost elementary at this point with technology, but that's
Yeah.
they're really where they make that.
Because kids are like talking about sex earlier and stuff like that.
Because they have the whole internet on their phones.
Yeah.
But no, I think that the reason why I say I think middle school age is because it's around that age when you start to kind of define who you are and what your likes and dislikes are, or whatever. I mean, it's not to say that it will stick, but that you start to actually figure that out around that age. And I actually think that they should start doing what is it? It's not a personality
Like a
test.
career, almost like a career path test.
Yes,
What
yeah.
you're good
No,
at.
definitely.
Like start doing
Early.
at middle school age, start doing
That's
that
part.
so they
That's
can
part of the system.
so they can also see like if I actually like this and want to do this forever, or is this just something that's right now? And either way, you can still count that towards your development and
Yeah.
learning and whatever. Like you don't have to have. I don't think you need. I actually think that figuring out what it is you want to do that you like that stuff is kind of more important
It is more important.
than knowing in 1692 what happened. You
Exactly.
know what I mean, like that.
Exactly.
Because they train us
That's
for
the
these
system.
career jobs instead of what our actual
Right.
skill set really
Right.
is.
Right.
I honestly think you should even start with preschool kids. Get to know them. Figure out the kind of stuff they like. Figure out what kind of jobs are available to kids who like to do that or whatever. That way they have a smaller sample. It's not, you can do anything you want to do. Like, nigga, here go the jobs that you might be good for.
I mean, I don't know. I think that it should be like a sort of indentured servitude at elementary school. So you could basically really control them and then kind of let them blossom around, middle school. Like do it like that. Because I mean, you
That
gotta
would be
you gotta
wild
like
as fuck.
hormones stifle their spirit or whatever.
They're
So
gonna be
it's just
behind you
like
fucking.
straight control. Have to do everything they say or whatever. Like you gotta get it early or whatever.
So you can really get it out of your system.
And it just like
Come to think about it.
like blossom like a flower and like
Okay.
I allowed you to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't, there's American culture or education. Like, everything we just said sounds so dystopian and great. We're like, everybody should be able to float and figure out what they... And they're like, because you could be a president to basically learn how to be a politician or how to be cricket or whatever, go make money.
No, because we need these customer service representatives too.
So you can't get on
Man, I know, right?
Right.
What, like, did they have an accent when you was talking to
No,
them?
this was American people. This was not an outsourced facility, which
Man.
I mean, I get it, but I'm like, man, come on. Because they'd be so familiar. Well, on such and such, you live on such and such avenue, right? My name is Michael. I'm like, you not. And you don't know nothing about Houston. You know, like, just stop. Stop trying to make me comfortable with you trying to collect this debt or whatever it is. So I wanted to talk about vulnerability.
Ooh.
The reason why I wanted to talk about that is because I'm not sure if you saw, but Offset came out and said that the reason why men don't be wanting to be vulnerable is because of, like, how he was received after he interrupted her work, basically, to apologize.
Oh.
You remember?
That was a nice move on his part to come up with that.
Do you see that? You see the disconnect? Because me and Danielle are both like, what? That shit was awful.
She was like the only woman to ever, I forgot, what was the name of the event?
That's gay.
But she was the only rapper woman or whatever to ever hit that stage or line it. I don't know. To headline it or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
at the Grammys.
And so,
no. It was another, like, a concert.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, the rodeo.
No.
She not
DJ something. It was something else.
I can't think of the name of it. It was like some festival or something.
Yes, and
she was the only black woman rapper or whatever to ever do that before. And, like, this is a pivotal moment in her career. And you decide, you know what? My feelings are so important right now. Like, I need you to forgive me so I can go to sleep because I can't sleep right now.
Yeah.
That's what you gonna do. You disrupted my sleep. Like, that's really what that says. I know you out here performing and shaking your ass and shit.
Okay.
But
I need you right now.
You're still mad at me, and I need this to be done.
Yeah.
You know, like, that's what that
in front of everybody.
In front of everybody.
Your
it's like,
biggest stage.
Why would you? I was just thinking that. I was like, he probably really thought, watch what the fuck I'm finna do.
This is a big
outlandish.
This shit finna be epic.
This the most vulnerable thing you could do.
But that was tone deaf on his part.
And she was upset, rightfully so.
Yeah, she was.
So
but she's still, like, you know, don't get me wrong, I'm all for the black love and everything. But she took him back, so I'm like, to a certain extent, it's like, well, it worked.
I mean, he was bothering the shit out of her, though. So, if she has
you gotta do what you gotta do to keep the family together.
But I don't think you should stay together.
Yeah, if it's
in toxic
dysfunction.
I think if you want to stay together, you really need to be serious about working on it because those people are going to be someone's partner.
To me, I just hate
Your
to see.
kids.
I just hate to see, like, the cycle being broken. It's like the pride of the two people in the relationship. And you don't get me wrong, like, you're not supposed to be with somebody just because you have kids with them. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, if you're not with the person that you had kids with, then it's like a bad effect on the kids coming up because they don't have two parents. Most of the time, the mother presumes, you know, the custody of the child, and they're like working to try to provide for the kids, so they don't really have much time to spend with them. And then after working, they still like need love too. So it's like they're trying to find.
But why can't you co-parent effectively? Because you can still spend an equal amount of time with your kids, make sure they still have two parents.
From what I hear, like statistics wise, because I've never been in that situation. I'm just speaking off of what I've seen. I guess that could be like sad on the guy's part, but most females that I know are friends with and everything like that, they say that their guys are not really good co-parents. Like they don't.
Well, they're not.
Yeah, they don't try to see their kids as much.
Well, I think it just has to do a lot with having a wounded ego, too. Okay, well now I lost at that. Now I got to go look at my kids. And you know what I'm saying? They saw me not be successful at whatever this is or whatever, you know, keeping the unit together. But I think if you're a part of a larger community, everybody gets what they need anyway. You know what I'm saying? So you probably would have less divorce if people had more outlets for just communication. You know, I'm not talking about romantic or sexual relationships. I'm just talking about where we can just kind of commune and say, you know, like, even just to have friends. Like, if me and Danielle just, instead of going to work every day, we go kick it and make sure that whatever vegetables being pulled or whatever. We can chat then, you know what I'm saying? We're talking. We're having a relationship there. Instead of these jobs that we work, you have coworkers that you like, but the shit's so stressful. That to me is not a break.
I get what you're saying, because if everybody, like, you know, grew food and, like, if everybody focused on more, like, necessities and, like, other gifts outside of, like, just making money, then, yeah, we would be more
rich,
productive.
though.
Yeah.
Because everybody would be doing
because to a point, it's like you wouldn't really like need money as much.
But that's how it started with.
But people got money.
Well, it started with bartering, right? And then from bartering now that you moved from a bartering system to a financial system or whatever, because it was easier to transact, you know, and because so you start off, you know, saying, oh wait, I have one glass of white wine, Michelle has one glass of red wine. Let's trade and just see what it tastes like. Or whatever.
The problem becomes
it's
like,
wait a minute, I want two.
My red wine better.
Well, of course, we still need money.
Right.
I mean,
well, so it's like, I want 2 glasses of wine, but I only have one. What else can I give her? And then that's when you bring in, you know, money into the situation.
Well, the thing what I'm kind of saying, though, is we still need money, but what have we learned now? We don't do bartering. People will be like, free? Nigga, what? You know what I'm saying? So what did we learn from just using money? Now we don't know how to do the shit that we need to make the shit. You know what I'm saying? So what's going to happen when, God forbid, President Trump loses his fucking mind? Or anything. Well, more.
Okay, because I'm like...
you already kind of...
out of there.
Like, what if something happens, we can't spend like we used to, or we can't access things like... You know what I'm saying?
We are in deeper debt.
You know it's kind of weird. Well, not weird, but, you know, what I've been noticing about us and our generation, especially, like, the people around, like, the millennials and, like, the generation before the millennials. I don't know what they call the generation before millennials.
Zennials, is it? I think.
I'm not gonna lie.
But anyways, I had my my principal from my high school. He did a documentary, and he talked to me during the documentary, and I was just talking to him about how, you know, I felt some type of way, you know, having, you know, I got 4 kids now, and I'm living like with my in-laws and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, it's like difficult. I'm like, you know, I make a good amount of money, but then it's like, you know, I can't afford to get a house on my own. My credit messed up, this and that. And he was like, man, don't be so hard on yourself. He was like, times are different these days than it was in our day. So he was like, people in my generation, the baby boomers, they might look at you like, man, you need to, like, you know, go somewhere, you know, get you this and that, because it was easy for them. Mm-hmm. So he told me when he was younger, minimum wage was $5 an hour. And minimum wage today is what, like $7.50?
Yeah, it's up there. So it might even be more than that now.
Yeah, but the cost of living has changed drastically. Yeah, so he said he had an apartment. It was like a 1-bedroom or whatever the case may be, but his rent was $80 a month. So
what government assistance was he on?
Well, get some more popsicle.
He said $80.
Yeah.
In what, like 1970?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1970,
Shit, I remember too, even when I first started driving, gas was like 98 cents.
Yeah, but that's the thing. So if you make a minimum wage, $5 an hour, like...
You got started by that? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you must just wait.
All right.
You know, but don't lose that. You know.
No, but it's like real life stuff.
Yeah.
But that's what my music be about too. That's why I try to, you know, drop some gems when I can.
Gem dropper. Just kidding. I was about to start. Y'all hear me playing the cymbals. I was getting ready. I was finna. Danielle was gonna be like, please don't.
Let me find out.
She loves when I sing.
I just thought about that Town Bar. That's like where Jimmy Butler from.
His sister is a friend of mine.
That's fire. Small world.
Yeah. Oh, you played with him then?
Nah, I ain't
You
never.
know him? Y'all are good friends? You know him?
Nah, but you could. It's like when I look at it, it's like you're 2 people away from
the
Jimmy
degrees?
Butler.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, I don't know. It's crazy because myself, I kind of closed the gap, like with the stickers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, as far as marketing goes, like with the stickers, like most people will remember me more than I remember them. But it's more so like when I'm driving Uber and Lyft, like I'm gonna run into so many different people. I'm not gonna remember everybody.
Yeah.
But if I leave them with
Something.
if I leave them with my heart,
Yeah.
you know, they're gonna remember like, oh man, I remember. Or if they see the symbol out somewhere, like they see you with that shirt, like, man, that dude was my Uber
Yeah,
driver.
he's my Uber driver.
Yeah.
You know, I really think that whatever message you have to send, that's for everybody. The people who are supposed to receive it will.
Yeah.
So this is really great. Okay, so back to your point.
So what I was saying was, my principal told me when he was like coming out of high school, like you know, when he's supposed to go to college and everything, he was making minimum wage, which was $5 an hour back then. His rent at his apartment was $80 a month. So he was able to pay his rent really like 2 days, but within 3 days. So he was like, think about this. How many people do you know can pay their rent for the month after working 3 days? I was like, dang, that's deep. Because he was making minimum wage and able to do that. So I'm like,
so
you got people that's making $20 an hour, you can't.
Yeah, they don't either.
Because I remember like $20 an hour used to be like a,
used to
like
sound
man,
like it was a lot.
you getting bread, but now it's like, you know, $20 is more like $50 an hour.
Yeah, now it's like, okay, so.
Yeah. So, why do you think that? Cause you seem to be very open and just like honest and like this is me, this is who I am. Why do you think that more men don't share that same level of vulnerability? Like, what do you think? What do you think the disconnect of the problem is?
More so probably experiences, life experiences, how they come up and everything. I realize that I'm different. Coming from where I come from too, and to think how I think, I don't know. I start to look at myself, cause that's not to toot my own horn, but like a lot of stuff that happened in my life, I'm blessed that it happened the way that it did. So it's like, you know, I had one of my friends' older brothers. He took us and kind of sped up our learning curve when we were younger. You know, in the moments it was like, you know, a lot of like brain blast in a sense. It was like he's showing us stuff and I'm like, dang, like, you know, this is like we could do this, like we could think and create with our minds and stuff like this.
Oh,
so,
like taking you like and thinking about metaphysics and stuff.
Put us on books like As a Man Thinketh, The Secret. We watched The Secret. That we found out about the 10,000 hour rule, law of attraction, like everything. He's showing us this. We were like 19, 20 in college, so it's like we really like grew up in college in that moment. Like now we look at the world different.
Yeah,
but not everybody
in school instead of.
That's what I was about to say. So not everybody gets that same blessing, or you know, a lot of people still thinking systematically.
Yeah, they don't realize they can actually try to do, you know,
so
manifestation and stuff like that.
That's why a lot of the killings and stuff like that, I feel like that's where it comes from. It's more so ignorance, in a sense. I wasn't gonna bring this up, but I got a song on one of my mixtapes called Crown, and in the song, you know, I say, I'm Black Jesus out the Melphamine, sipping Crown Grape Communion. That a drive-by in the Calliope, because I'm still beefing with Judas. So, like, I was speaking as if I was Black Jesus from New Orleans. But in the lyrics, like, I got people that listen to my music. I don't know who listen to my music at this point. It's like, it's spreading. So, these dudes, they from the Calliope Projects. So, they was like, man, you know, I've been listening to your stuff. Like, man, you good. But what was this about you doing the drive-by in the Calliope? So it's like, man, like I'm thinking, I'm Smitty Spread Love, like I'm trying to speak.
But they're not catching it. But
it's metaphors. So to them, they're like, man, I said I did a drive-by in the Calliope. So they're like, you know, but that's what I say. Like, it was just literally, in the sense of the word, like ignorance.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't know.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's why if some people walk around carrying that energy, you know, of like really not caring about life, or like, you know, just all about getting a dollar, is because they don't know.
So what do you rap about?
I rap about love in general, you know, more so like,
So you like
every
Ja Rule?
different type of love. Love.
She's so crazy.
No. I'm like,
Ja Rule and Ashanti
Ja
Love?
Rule was good.
he
really messed us
was.
up.
He was. 50 Cent into his.
And then turned around and was singing.
He still make money though.
He's a promoter.
Wasn't he a
The
part of
Fire
that awful Fire Festival?
Mm.
Like, he will never live that down.
Nah,
No,
he
not
can't.
ever.
His reputation been gone since 50 Cent.
He's
Yeah.
an outstanding promoter.
This was like a
But
moment.
he
right
still
after
makes
Oscar.
money though. I respect it. But as far as like being respected, as far as him being respected, I respect what he does, but people just don't respect
I don't
him.
respect that, what he did.
That was whack. That Fire
People
Festival
were so
stuff.
upset. Just reading the comments, you're like, you've got to be fucking kidding
They
me.
were so stupid. They were worse than that doggone abducted in plain sight video. Those white people, like.
Did you believe that? And when the dad said, I did the worst thing I could ever possibly do, I'm like, no. Having homosexual sex is not the worst thing you could ever do. Selling your kid to this man so he can fuck you?
Yeah.
Now that is fucking bad.
That was terrible.
Man,
And the
what's
mom,
going
too?
on?
Everybody's the mom.
The mom was
the
in
mom
it?
was in it
This
too.
is like real life though. That's not
Yes.
a TV show.
It was a documentary based on real events.
Girl was abducted twice.
Twice?
Yeah, twice.
And the first time, I had to turn it off. Because I was like, I can't believe this.
It was terrible.
It was really bad. And then the mom
It was
was
awesome
having sex with the guy
entertainment.
too. Like,
Yeah.
basically, like, and there was
Everybody.
really nothing different
He
in what
fucked
he
the
did.
family.
He did.
The whole family.
The
whole
mom,
family.
the dad, and the daughter.
Damn.
But the daughter was underage. So
But
it's
then
like-
she was
it's
like, in love with him
oh.
too.
Yeah,
She was
it's
under
like,
this.
dang.
She was in love with him too
That's
because
a
she
mind.
was like Stockholm syndrome. But that's nothing different
Because I
between
think
her
it
and
started when she was like 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was early. Like, I mean, it was hella inappropriate.
Did it turn on? No.
And
No shit.
anyway,
That popsicle boy.
But really, there's nothing different between that and what R. Kelly does to these girls. That manipulation, it's the same shit.
and grooming, because I mean, the guy in that
Yeah.
documentary, he groomed.
Oh.
When he told her, people are coming. We gotta be ready. And she was gonna have the baby.
She was, yeah.
And that's
I
when he
mean-
told her that she needed to have a child.
I think that, you know, when you're young and you believe that adults know everything,
Yes.
you know, so I mean, because I mean, you don't know anything, and so it's like, you know, well, if something happens to me, I go to,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
such
Like,
a, and if he's of age, you're like, oh, he know what he
you
talking
know
about.
what, you know what they talking, like, you believe them,
Mm-hmm.
you know, to a certain extent.
Yeah.
So I mean, I could see how she was captivated, you know, initially,
Yeah.
but like around the second time, and
So y'all like watched the interview with the two girls?
The lady was interviewing. Like, she was talking about,
Yeah, she the one that talked to R. Kelly, but I don't know if it happened yet.
on Lifetime?
Yeah.
Oh,
that
when
one-
Gail.
Yeah, Gail,
King.
and then she was supposed to talk to his two girls that's still with him.
Yeah,
The
but I
girlfriends?
think he's shut down right now. Like, I think he's in panic mode.
Oh, so he like, no, they not talking.
Yeah, because there was an article that came out that said the parents were supposed to be able to meet with Joycelyn. She's still over there, right? The girl Joycelyn?
Yeah.
I don't
The
know.
parents were supposed to be able to meet with her, but he
Mhm.
was like, no. After the Gail King thing. Like, of course, like, he knows that he ain't shit. So, do you watch The Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, right?
Mhm.
Remember how the, what's his name?
Titus?
No, the man that kidnapped them. The Reverend.
Oh yeah.
Remember how he was all freaked out
Yeah.
and fucking panicky?
Yeah.
Whenever, you know, he was
That's
about
how
to
you
get
picture
found
R.
out.
This
I swear to
camera.
God. Yeah, I swear to God, I picture him just acting just like the Reverend. Just like the Reverend.
That is hilarious.
Because every time you saw the video, and he was like,
Yeah.
I don't know how to hard time people. Like, yes, you do. You research. You probably got that shit all over your computer history.
Yeah, he probably mastered it 10,000
Yeah.
10,000 hours.
Exactly.
How long it been going on? He had enough time to.
10,000 hours. But you know what? I saw an article today too, and I shared it. But it was like a track coach was going to prison for raping like several girls under
On
his
his team.
care. Yeah, you saw that. And then he got one girl pregnant. And it's like, you nasty, disgusting, dirty old man. And the thing is that we see these people. You know what I'm saying? They're everywhere.
Yeah, you pass them on the street every day.
So it's like if you hear a rumor or you think, point them hoes out. At least let's look at it, because it's our duty as adults to protect the kids. And there's only a handful of them doing it. Rack them hoes up.
That was just really terrible in the R. Kelly situation. That's another situation. I was just like, but these parents and these adults and everybody, like, you help facilitate this stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that you have, 100% guilt in that, because but you contributed to the situation. Yeah. Like, and I don't think that you can just simply deny that or write that off like, I didn't know. No, you're a whole grown-ass individual. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, you fucking know better. Yeah. And you said you was trying to get financial gain in this situation, too. Or whatever. Just like, who is that? I think Black China Mom, she basically pimped her out. Mm-hmm. Initially, you know what I'm saying? So is it okay because is it okay because some money involved, like you get something out and you're basically bettering the life of your whole family or whatever,
like that song Fancy by Reba? She saw her ass, girl going on. You know what I mean? Like that's what some parents
what
do.
is it? Tina Turner.
Yeah. Bye, bitch. You're old enough to work. You got that ass on you. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Like Tina Turner situation. Like seriously. Like she basically sold her. You need to go make this money.
Yeah.
I know he like you, and I know he 45 years old.
Damn. Me.
Right.
Exactly.
And then, you don't even need to beat up a child.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What you doing?
Why'd you fight
you kick her ass?
Are you scared? Are you fearful?
You think she can go somewhere? Where she gonna go? She can't get no house. She's 17 years old.
That's crazy.
Oh, no. Unnecessary.
Man.
Okay.
How long you been married? That's what I wanted to ask you.
This is 4 years.
4 years and 4 kids. You can't stay off.
That's crazy.
Damn.
4 years, 4 kids, and I've been making music for 4 years.
444.
So the
Jay-Z.
Come on now. But you know the weird thing? Jay-Z helped me realize that music was my gift.
Oh, really?
And there was one of his interviews. I never thought about it like that, but hearing him say it, he was like, well, when I was young, I used to beat on the table and make songs all the time. Stuff just came to me easy. Mm-hmm. I never thought it was my gift because of that. Mm-hmm. So when I thought about it, that's part of the reason why I didn't think music was my gift. Because I'm like, I can make songs, it's going to be good, this and that. But, everybody could do that.
You didn't necessarily believe in yourself and what you had to offer.
Yeah, I didn't believe that. Because it comes easy to me. Yeah. I thought everybody could just call it up that easy.
Oh, yeah.
You be like, that's how one of the coaches be like. They're like, I can teach you, and people be like, but I don't know how to do it.
Right? It's like, okay, I know you know what 2 + 2 is, but how do you get to the other 2?
Right?
And it's the way that I feel like my brain is wired. I break down everything into metaphors automatically.
Yeah,
so,
that's cool.
Yeah, so it's I'm always just thinking of stuff.
So why do you think men don't necessarily want to get married?
This day and age, social media definitely makes it harder. I ain't gonna pull a social media card for everything, but most people just be like, well, once I turn 30, I'm gonna get married in a sense. But a lot of people don't even do that. It's more so, I hear it's difficult if you don't find your significant other in college. It's dating after college. It's so difficult because everybody's working. Everybody's got their own life going on. So it's you're really trying to pull 2 different lives together versus how me and my wife met. We was in school together. So we really kind of live in a similar life. We staying on campus and stuff like that. So we see each other all the time, stuff like that. But it's say you're an accountant and you be working, you get tired, this and that, but you supposed to talk to you know, somebody living like Sugarland or something.
That don't happen. That's what happens. You know what I'm saying? You just see each other.
And then that's the thing, like, where would you meet them at? Like, other than church, like, where do you meet people?
Ain't
like,
no men at church.
Okay, they scared to go to church, so you didn't listen to the episode with Marcus D. Wiley.
Wow.
The men that are at church, they there with their wives or their girlfriends and the drink.
damn,
Yeah.
Like,
that's deep though. That's really deep.
They're single.
Because I never thought about that.
Seen, like,
I never paid attention to it.
Me
But
not
now that
worried
y'all
about
are
their
saying it,
spirituality, it's here and now, and can I fuck?
And if they over there at church, they looking for some ass at their church.
Right.
facts.
Girl, he be in church. He a good nigga. And really, he not.
Because whenever I have a single dude come to church, it's like open season. It's like,
Yeah.
well, she's single, she's single, she's single. It's a bunch of single women at church, but you're right.
One single dude, and he up there like, flip on the hand.
he got people fighting over him at
Yeah.
church.
The ones who go to church, they know what to do. They know.
Man.
Okay, so let me see if I can find this beat or a beat.
Yeah.
You found one?
No,
You're on some different shit. Are you reading the book?
No, I was reading. I had put a post up on Twitter asking, "Do men want to be husbands?" And I was reading the comments.
Oh.
And like a couple guys said, most of the guys said yes, but they were like
But
to the
also-
right woman. And I'm just like, what does that have to do with anything with you being a husband? You know what I mean? Like
I won't be a husband to the wrong bitch.
right?
Because
But
then I'm
you
gonna
know,
be. How are you gonna be? You know
what
I mean?
what that have to do with you being a husband and how you behave?
Like being a
that's what I don't
husband is
understand.
not necessary. Like you still have to be that, even if your wife is being an asshole.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So,
You're still a husband,
Right.
Even if you
Yeah.
So can you tell me how that part goes? And
okay.
then, you would. Let me tell y'all an experience I had at the gas station. Okay, I'm not single, but I went to the gas station, and I already hated when people flirt with me. When I was in the gas station buying something, and
She's like, oh my god, I hate it that I'm so pretty and people like me and want to speak to me.
I do.
Oh my god, it is
Thank
so
you.
annoying.
Thank you.
Oh my god,
I
I
watched-
know I am freaking beautiful.
I watched
But-
something last night, though.
well, because I feel like
That
just
made me
because
think about
I'm
that.
standing here doesn't mean that you should
Just
talk
because my
me.
beauty is shining upon you.
I'm so fucking sick of you.
Y'all should watch. It's a Netflix show called Nola Darling, and
The one where she's gotta have it, or is there a different?
Yeah, that is what that is.
That's what.
Yeah, she's gotta have it. No, no,
That's
no.
Let's
probably-
be back in
yeah.
a second.
Is
Anyway,
it?
fuck you, bitch. By the way.
So,
That's what you said.
but no, like
still fuck you.
me and my girl was watching it together, and she was walking down the street after she left her friend's house, and she was like, "Man, let me know when you make it home." She's like, "Girl, I live down the street, this and that," and then she started walking, and that dude grabbed her, and I was sitting there with my wife, like, "You laughing? Like that's really how it is." I was like, "Dang,
Yeah.
for real."
Yeah. Yeah, like I was just standing there and the dude's like, "Oh, you better be careful looking at your phone. This is my lunch break, so I'm trying to like,
Cause that's
check
what.
shit."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, you gonna run into something? Can you take this big hit?"
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
See, but that's the funny thing. Like me hearing it from y'all, it's like, dog, it really be like that. Cause I would never.
It's
Before I was married, I never used to do stuff like that. But my girl, she was like, whenever she goes somewhere by herself, like it's like
It's like
that.
you're you know those cartoons where the little steak be having.
Yeah, you're a walking piece of meat.
It's like she show up at the store, a steak with high heels on, like
Yeah.
Foxy, and you're literally wearing sweatpants or whatever. Somebody I don't even like a casual acquaintance was like, "You look pretty." First of all, I looked like I left the gym, but he was like, "You look so
I think
pretty."
they liked it after
No.
the gym look.
Sometimes, yeah, some chicks low
Pheromones
key
and
be
you
looking.
sweat and
Sweat.
you look halfway clean and like the man that wanted to buy panties. You know what I'm saying? They're like, yeah, this you got some. I know you got some sweat pockets up in there, girl. Okay, let me find the beat.
Say them little lemons.
Okay, so let me just go to the website of this little dude I bought
See, that's the thing. Like
beats from.
you bought some. See,
Well, 'cause I have
when
a
you
YouTube
said
channel.
that, oh, I
And
got
so,
you.
well, not really. Okay, so what happened was I had a group of people that, everybody was trying to work on stuff, and I was like, well, this guy, I talked to him about buying some beats, and so he told me he could cut me a little, nice deal because we were doing
You
like
did
a
the 3
package.
for, yeah,
Yeah,
that's fine.
everybody went down, but I was like, we can do it. I feel like that's how you get things done, kind of like.
Yeah, nah, definitely. I think like about it on all levels. They say your network is your net worth.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I was like, man,
But
I
I
got
don't
4
like
kids.
Yeah, she doesn't.
I love people. I got 4 kids. I gotta love people. But just like on top of that, I'm like, man, like having so many kids, I definitely gotta make sure my network is up there.
How has fatherhood changed you?
Oh man. So
Are you gonna start wearing dad jeans?
nah, I'm gonna be like swag dad forever. I'm gonna be like the 50-year-old dad, like they're still wearing.
With the what are those white shoes called? New Balance.
New Balance.
New Balance. I said New Balance.
Girl, right yesterday I was looking for some.
But they got some fire New Balance.
Oh my God!
But just not the orthopedic looking ones.
That's what we
The
gonna
all
name the show.
whites.
They got some fire New Balance.
I like the super white
I'm
ones.
telling you.
So how did you like the wine?
So I'm always a bit apprehensive about sweet red wines because I always think that it's going to be too sweet, but this one, it was not too sweet. And it had a really good finish. And it's a beautiful red color. Like it's really good. Big ups to Smitty for blessing us with this wine on tonight. Thank you so much. So I'll be generous today. I'll give it a 23. Like I really liked it a lot. I liked it. It was pretty good.
No, I liked it too. I really thought that it had a great sweetness about it, and that it really did kind of taste like a popsicle. So that was cool. Thanks a lot, Smitty, Spread Love, for bringing the wine in here to us, and it was really good. So I think I'll give it a 25. You know, I usually don't like red, but this is a sweet red, so that's a little bit different. It had a really nice flavor to it, and it wasn't too sweet, so I loved it. So yeah, thanks again to our guests, Smitty, Spread Love, for coming by, and Danielle.
Go out and make sure you're following us on all of our social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all of that stuff. Go over to our website. You can find all the links, www.betweenusgirlspodcast.com. And make sure you join our Facebook group so you can read our book with us, Hoe Tactics by G.L. Lambert. Don't let the name fool you. It is full of gems. It's basically a self-help book, to be honest. That's really what it is. I mean, it's going to help you to get your confidence back in the dating game. That's what you need to do. All right, you guys. Bye.
Thank you for joining us on Between Us Girls. But don't keep it a secret. Listen and share with everyone you know. See you next week.